Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out as recorded by Derek and the Dominos on guitar. Now this song is a blues standard that's been recorded by a ton of amazing artists, and so far on the channel I've covered Eric Clapton's version, the acoustic version, so if you've learned that lesson, that's definitely going to help you out with today's lesson. However, this version is just slightly different. We have an intro and some rhythmic variations. This is going to be in a 12/8 time signature or 6/8 time signature, as opposed to 4/4, which is the unplugged version. I'm going to break it all down for you step by step, but before we dive in, I want to hook you up with something right away. If you're new, you've got to download my Fretboard guide at the first link down below, and this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And this is the system that I use for mapping out the fretboard and just putting it all together. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below to grab your copy. All right, well, with that said, let's break down the song. Let's break down how to play Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out as recorded by Derek and the Dominos. Now this song is basically a 16-bar blues progression, and it's slightly different here as opposed to, of course, the Clapton version from the unplugged record. And what makes this different is we have a little intro, and then we're also in a 6/8 time signature. And on this one, I'm definitely going to use more of either a strumming pattern or an arpeggio picked pattern, and I'll explain those as we go through. But we're going to start off with the intro. That's just 8 bars long. It sounds like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a very standard sounding blues chord progression here. We're in the key of C. We're starting on a C chord. And we'll play that just from the 5th string down. 3, 2, open, 1, open. Then we'll go to E7, which looks like your just standard E chord here, but we're going to take off the ring fingers. So it's going to be starting from the low E, open, 2, open, 1, open, open. Then we go to A7, and that's from the 5th string down, open, 2, open, 2, open. And that A7 is going to last 2 bars. So as I said, we're going to be in a 6/8 time signature. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll stay here. Okay, that's the first 4 bars. Now, as far as a strumming pattern with that, I would do all downs and just do 6 strums per bar. So I was using all downs, and I was giving a little accent on the 1 and the 4. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That just gets that 6/8 feel. Then we're going to go. Then we're into the top of the tune. So here we're going to play D7, which is from the 4th string down. Very common blues chord here. Open, 2, 1, 2. Then we'll go to G7. Another standard Clapton chord shape here. 3rd fret of the low E, 2nd fret of the 5th string, then open, 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 1. Then we'll go back to C, then back to G7. So those 4 bars there go D7, G7, C, G7. Now I did do this little walk up when I played it for the intro. That's just a common blues sound. We're trying to get to this G7, so we walk in, we walk up to it 1, 2, 3. So the whole intro goes. Now, you can add those bass lines in or leave them out as you go through. You could also do this cool thing on the A7 where you're trying to get to this chord, but you slide into it. So that would sound like this, just a little bit more embellished. So I also did a little walk up there from the G to the C. Another very common sound. 3rd fret of the low E, open, 5th string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. And then walk into the G7. So you could mix those in as you go through just to add some variety. Again, if you have a bass player, you might leave those out, but if you're playing by yourself, that'll sound great. So from here, we get into the main progression, and this is our 16-bar blues, and that's gonna go like this. All right, so what I played here was, I started off the same way, C, E7, A7 for 2 bars. Then we go to a D minor, A7, D minor. Now before we were playing a D7, but here in the middle, it's got that minor quality. Now that's going to be played from the 4th string down, open, 2, 3, 1. Then A7, then D minor. And you could do this. Again, another walking bass line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So that's starting on the open 4th string, and I'm just walking up 0, 1, 2, 3. And when I get to 3, I put down this F chord here. I'm just playing a little 3-note chord. 3, 2, 1 on strings 4, 3, 2. Then we go up, we just raise that root note from F up to F sharp there. So now I'm on 4, 2, 1. This is an F sharp diminished. Then we go to C. Do a little walk down there. C. Then we play the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Then 1, then open. And that open is now your A7. Then we finish 2 bars of D7 to 2 bars of G7. Then you could do that walk up again. So from the F, we're back to the top of that 16-bar blues. Now Clapton would play this chord a lot as well. He would play that D7, but he put his thumb on the 2nd fret of the low E. So you could use that as well in like the last 4 bars. You could go. We're back to the top. So let's put it all together. We're gonna play through this 16-bar blues one time. We're gonna start at the top where the vocal comes in with the lyrics, "Once I lived the life of a millionaire." Let's try it, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great job. So once that's comfortable, then you could also try doing what I call arpeggio picking. And that's just going through each chord, in each bar and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and kind of picking out the strings. And I'll usually start with the root note of each chord and then work my way through the chord. Then you can mix in strumming, just so you have a few different ways of going through the progression. Congrats on making it through this classic blues chord progression. It's such a good one to know and a great one to practice just putting on a looper pedal and just jamming over. And if you all would like to see more of a detailed lesson on a solo approach to this, just leave a comment down below and let me know. And before you go, be sure to pick up my fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another video real soon.